Hey, welcome to another episode of Music Tips and Reviews with JG. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I reached 3,000 subscribers, so appreciate y'all for the support. And leave a comment if you're in here. Shout yourself out. If you're in here, this month, is Black History Month. So we can't forget those who come before us. And I didn't even think about that. And that's crazy. I didn't even think about that before I did this video or thought about doing this video. When we think about music, and I haven't did a lot of music tips so far this year. I want to do more as far as music tips on this channel because my channel is called Music Tips and Reviews with JG, and so I want to do more tips. And I think this is a good one, coming from one of the greatest music producers of all time, Quincy Jones. He was one of the architects of one of the greatest albums, period, of all time, Michael Jackson's Thriller. And so I wanted to, wanted us to listen to this. You can take notes if you want to, but I just wanted to go through this video. Shout out to the YouTube channel, Evan Carmichael. He put together these videos just to show, points from, famous artists, famous people in general, their keys to success. So we're going to get right into it. Like I said, feel free, to leave a comment. And I appreciate y'all for watching. Watching this video. And so we're going to get right into it. Like I said, feel free to leave a comment. I see a few people in here. So I appreciate y'all for watching. So we're going to check out this video. Let's check it out.
Number one is to know who you are and learning to love who you are. Because you can't love anybody else if you don't love yourself. Charles and I used to say every day in Seattle, not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me. Every day. That was the deal with Ray.
And that's important, like when you're working on music, when you're doing what you do, you always have to love what you do. As far as your music, love what you do. A lot of people have low confidence in what they do as far as music is concerned. They have the dream, and then once one thing, they get criticism, they feel like they can't keep going.
Criticism and everything, because you don't want an external force defining who the hell you are.
Where have you gone to improve your arranging skills as an arranger?
Work. Work and study, man.
And if y'all know about Quincy Jones, he traveled all over the world to learn about, different, ways to, compose, different ways to arrange music. He traveled to France. He's traveled all over the world. And, that work paid off. He got a whole lot of gigs. He had a whole lot of jazz gigs back in the day. I believe with Count Basie and so many others. So, if y'all watching, feel free to leave a comment. Looking at Quincy Jones, secrets to music success. So, if you want to leave a comment, as you're watching this with me, if you tuning in on YouTube or Facebook, feel free to leave a comment, as we watch this. And again, shout out to Evan Carmichael for this YouTube video.
Study, and I did that, but I did that a long time ago. I put 28 years on my core skill, and
wow,
orchestration, counterpoint, everything. Because you got, music is always left and right brain.
Wow,
intellect and emotion, and you've got to work to keep the science going. You don't work to keep the science going, you can't support the emotion. So a million guys come and tell me, man, if I could play piano, I could be better than Herbie Hancock. I say, yeah, but you ain't gonna be better than Herbie Hancock because you haven't worked,
Yeah, and that's a key, work. You have to work to be better. Repetition, always practicing, your craft. A lot of you out there have passion for music, not just music, but other things in life. And you have to repeat that thing over and over again until you perfect it. It's only one, like he said, it's only one Herbie Hancock, it's only one of you, and so you have to perfect your craft, perfect who you are. And that goes along with the first, his first key to success.
But you have to work. It's work, man. They say that the dictionary is the only place you see success before work, and that's alphabetical.
In school, we were exposed to march music and kind of classical music and semi-classical music, and to make a living, you had to play schottisches and all those things, and so forth. So there was always the full range of music around. And I remember once.
And shout out to my old professor from my alma mater, NSU. Appreciate you for watching. My old school, Norfolk State University. Shout out to Rogers Brown. Great teacher, great teacher.
Ray Charles said to me, we were trying to put a bebop feeling into schottisches one time. And he said, no. He said, you just put your soul into the music you're playing, and let it be a schottisch, and it'll be okay. And I'll never forgot that.
When Quincy Jones was stranded.
How you doing, Mr. Brown? How you doing? Yeah, and I like what he said, put your soul into the music. Put your soul, everybody has their own creativity, Your creativity is not like mine, and mine's is not yours. So you just got to put you have to put yourself into the music. What's up, Javante? What's up? Appreciate y'all for watching.
In Europe, he realized the importance of being a good businessman.
And also, if you're on YouTube, you can send a super chat.
Being a good musician.
If you want to support my channel.
He had to really look at every aspect of the business to try to get home. This is my responsibility. I got him over here. I'm gonna get him back.
I was ready to threw myself in. I just couldn't handle the pressure anymore because it was performing and on the payrolls, trying to book.
And being a musician is hard. It's hard at times. Trying to get gigs, trying to get sessions, trying to get those opportunities. And what Quincy Jones did. He never gave up. He tried and tried. He composed music for so many people, and later on we see that it paid off. He did scores for Sanford and Son. If y'all watch that show, he wrote the theme music for that. Italian Job, Color Purple. So many great movies, so many great TV shows, and it paid off because he's one of the greatest producers of all time.
And everything else. So I think when people think about taking their own life, it's not about it's just about 15 minutes apiece. Get some rest for a while. It's amazing how it works because.
And if y'all haven't seen like the documentary on Netflix, Quincy Jones, check that out.
A whole series of mistakes at one point, people started to call it experience. Oh, he's very experienced in that. That means you had a chance to mess up a lot. And that's great, because if you don't take any chances, you're not going to make any mistakes,
Yeah. Yeah, and you're not going to get every opportunity right. And he's right about that. You got to learn from your mistakes. And then once you learn from those mistakes, you can get better and better over time, And, shout out to Mr. Rogers Brown, one of my professors. I went to college, I may not have been the best musician, but I didn't give up. And, I made it through.
My father said to us every day of our lives, once the task has just begun, never leave it till it's done. Be the labor, great or small, do it well or not at all. Every day of our lives, he said that. And he would never let us half step. That I learned from him, and I treasured that, because he.
Again, appreciate y'all for watching.
Halfway.
What advice do you have for the future of making great records?
Wow, that's a good question. He said, what do you do, to continue to make great records? Wow.
What you're doing, study everything. Study music, because I'm hearing some funny stuff now that drives me crazy. I'll talk to some of the producers today. We were doing an amazing project in Rabat, Morocco last year.
Appreciate you.
We had all of the #1 singers in the Arab Spring, Libya, Egypt, Jordan, Aleppo, Damascus, everywhere. And we're recording over there, and I'm calling no names over there. And I said, "Do you read music?" He said, "Yeah, I used to, but I forgot." Give me a break, man. You don't forget how to read music. But man, you have to understand and put the work in to learn the
appreciate y'all for
science,
watching.
man. You do. You can't play a trumpet if you don't know how to. You have to. It's a.
And that's the advantage. A lot of people out there, they say, "Oh, I don't need to read music." I'm already successful. But it's good to have both things. Don't get me wrong. It's good to play by ear, but it's good to learn how to read music. You may get gigs that other people can't get because they can't read music. And that's good that he said that, because a lot of you out there, especially, you in hip hop and stuff like that, it's good to learn, expand your knowledge of music. Recently I got, an opportunity, someone wanted me, to produce for them. And because I learned how to read music, they want to continue to work with me because, I know how to read, and, I can play the chords that they really want me to, want in the music. So it's a big advantage.
Science, the armatures, diaphragmatic breathing. There's a lot of secrets with everything you attempt to do. Retrograde, inversion, and counterpoint. It's been, I say, it's only 12 notes, man. So you can figure out what you have to do to get your own sound. You have to do that through rhythm, melody, and harmony. And
again, appreciate y'all for watching. Leave your comments. Leave your comments.
Know what's going on? You have to understand. I don't know. Ravel and Albenberg and Basie and Duke and Bo Diddley and Melly Mel and Ludacris and Drake and all of them. Come on, man. It's doing your homework, man. That's all I can say. Prepare yourself, because my thing.
And that's the key, you be in a room, you get this big opportunity and you freeze up because you're not prepared, I know a lot of producers, those big producers like Timberland and Pharrell, they got in the room and they was prepared, and I applaud a lot of these new producers out here. They prepared, they come in the room, they had a whole file of beats, shout out a few of my producer friends, I really admire them because, sometimes, we be in a session and they be ready. They have like a whole gigs and gigs of beats, gigs and gigs of music, and they prepared for those opportunities that come up. So I applaud those, who be prepared, and that's good. Quincy said that. You always got to be prepared, mentally and, physically, you got to be prepared for those opportunities. So I like that. I like that.
My biggest fear, and I don't play with that word at all, was to get a great opportunity that I'm not prepared for. So when Frank Sinatra called me, man, I was ready for him. I'm telling you. And he tests me. He really, Ray Charles too, because those guys are rough, man. Billy Eckstine, Ray Charles, Frank Sinatra, they will kick your booty, And
he had the opportunity to be versatile, because he knew how to read music. He knew that these certain artists, they want to have sheet music for an orchestra, 50-piece orchestra. And Quincy knew how to do it because he knew how to arrange. I just saw the We Are the World documentary on Netflix. If you haven't seen that, check that out. It was awesome the way he orchestrated that whole session that night. It was so many personalities. It was so many great artists, legendary artists in that building. And he pulled it off, along with Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson.
And he'd say to me, in the first, we'd do an arrangement at Capitol Studios, he'd say, Q, that first 8 was a little dense. I said, no problem, man. And I put all the trumpets and the harmony mutes, pull the stems out, transfer the saxophones to alto flutes and stuff like that. Let's go. He was testing me. He only did it 3 times. And after
Wow.
that, he said he knows what he's doing. And because I was ready for it. And that's the biggest compliment, man, and accomplishments you can have in your life is to say, I got my stuff together. I got my together.
Yeah, and that's a good feeling, you know. You be in a session, you be, you know, and you know they can tell that you prepared. You know, yeah, that's a big point. I love that point. Number 5, always be prepared. And so, leave your comments what you thought about this. You know, these keys to success from the great Quincy Jones. Appreciate y'all for watching.
You have to have it together, man. You do.
Let me ask you about creativity then and the diversity that is Quincy Jones, because I'm a kid of the 1980s. So I know Quincy Jones, the famous guy, the hit maker, the pop wizard, the R&B soul guy. You were a serious jazz guy through the 50s.
Yeah,
I mean, you're on tour with Lionel Hampton.
No. Understand, man.
Yeah.
From day one, we knew how
Wow.
to play every kind of music. Sousa, Debussy, Schottisches.
And I'm glad he doing this point. There's a lot of, you know, producers out there. You know, you only do hip hop, you only do rap, but it's so many genres of music out there. You know, you have R&B, you have pop, you have country. Just learn how to do those things. You know, you have, you know, resources like YouTube where you can learn how to effectively do all these types of genres. You know, so be versatile, especially like in the kind of thing I'm in, you know, as far as, you know, creating jingles. You have to be very versatile as far as creating your music.
Bob mitzvahs, rhythm and blues, everything. We played everything, man. I got a lot of this is when I started doing Michael Jackson. I didn't have to learn anything to do Michael. I mean, I've been doing that all my life.
That's my question, though. Does the guy who toured with Count Basie or
And shout out to Rod Temperton. Rod Temperton was a huge part of the Thriller album, the Off the Wall album. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, Quincy didn't do hardly anything on, you know, Off the Wall or Bad or Thriller. But actually he did a lot of work. You know, he was like the movie director. You know, he orchestrated who is going to write on this song, who's going to play the guitars on these songs, who's going to play the drums. You know, Quincy did a lot of people don't, you know, think of, you know, to pull this album together. So don't get it wrong, you know, get it straight that, you know, Quincy did a lot of work, you know, on the Thriller album, you know, Off the Wall, Thriller and Bad. So
did arrangements for Count Basie and Gene Krupa, Sarah Vaughan?
Everybody.
That's the
Ella.
same guy who can produce hip hop or pop music?
Oh, but we were doing it all our life. It's the same. There's Nadi Boulanger said, Quincy, God gave us 12 notes. The Bach,
yeah.
Brahms, Beethoven, Bo Diddley, Basie, Bird, all use the same 12 notes until he gives us 13. I want you to know what everybody did with 12.
Again, appreciate y'all for watching. This is a great video. Shout out to Evan Carmichael for this video. I had to react to this video. You know, Quincy Jones, 10 Rules for Success. So if y'all watching, you know, if you want to leave a comment what you thought about these key points, you know, you're a musician out there or you're just a general music lover, you know, feel free to leave a comment. Appreciate y'all.
And I studied hard for 28 years, man. And there's not, for 7 decades, we never stopped, you know. We'd try to play like Miles, try to play like Charlie Parker, like Fats Navarro. And when you come out of that, there's 10 different people.
Yeah.
And your personality is going to finally not transcend that, but morph into its own personality, because it is a personality.
And so that's good. You know, it's a lot of producers I look up to. I look up to Timbaland. I look up to Pharrell. You know, the Neptunes. I look up to Rodney Jerkins. Look up to so many producers. But you know, you have to be inspired in some way. You know, take things from your different inspirations and, you know, fuse it into your own unique sound. And that's what he's basically talking about. He took things from certain composers, certain arrangers, certain producers that he loved, and he created his own way, where he, like he said, his own personality uh, as far as the Quincy Jones sound. And he has a certain sound to his music, and that's what we all love and grown to love.
And if you have traveled the roads of all the great people, but I think that happens with anything. If it's a cameraman, you look at Serraro, whatever, all your favorite people, and just deal with just the best, or like classical composers or whatever, or people that deal with drama, with the elements of drama. They can say all do it a different way, and jump into it, jump all over it. I'm serious, just don't be bashful, jump into it, try to copy it just like it is. I mean, not you can't do this on a professional level. I mean, in training your mind, to think on that level, the highest level. Go with everybody from Johnny Williams to Goldsmith, to Alan Silvestri, Stanley.
Yeah, in some way, even though you're on your own path of music, you model somebody. You model like this seventh rule of success. You model after who you are inspired by. But in some ways, sometimes you have to cut off the radio, cut off everything, and just be inspired to create something different and something unique.
Stanley Clarke, everybody.
I have 7 kids. I have 6 daughters, 21 to 60. That's why I don't have any hair. And 1 son. But my part of the tough love is to tell them the first thing they have to know is know who you are. Because a lot of people don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And that's very difficult. But that's the first challenge, I think, is to know who you are. And if it's 70-30, work on it at the 30%, stop whining and move on, And then now after you know who you are, love who you are. That's the first 2 steps. And that's what I mantra to my children.
Yeah, your personality, your true personality has to come through the music, It has to come, I feel that personality does come out the greats. If you listen to the greats, producers, great songwriters, you can hear their style. If you listen to a song, you're like, oh, that's so and so, that's Babyface, oh, that's so and so, that's Diane Warren. And I feel like you should be true to yourself, true to your art.
Because you're on your way once you know who you are and love who you are. You're on the way. Because if you don't love who you are, you're in trouble.
We're on
Always be true to yourself, baby.
Our entire business is all based on 2 things: a great song and a great story. Film and television, great. If you don't have that story, nothing else matters. You don't call it.
And that's key. I heard a lot of greats. I listened to a lot of interviews by Babyface. How you have to create a great story, you have to create a great melody, a great hook, in your music, and and it becomes a success, a guaranteed success.
Anybody else to direct anybody. The same with a song. Great song can make the worst singer in the world a star. But a bad song, the 3 best singers in the world.
And shout out to Daryl Simmons, who produced a lot of stuff with Babyface. He talked about when they worked with Bobby Brown, how Bobby Brown wasn't the best singer per se, but they had great songs for Bobby Brown, and that Don't Be Cruel album was huge, because they had great songs, and especially like with Quincy Jones, with Michael Jackson, they had great songs along with Rod Temperton. They had great songs, and they created, Thriller. They created Thriller from that, chemistry.
Cannot save it. And that's the bottom line, man.
If you are not working as a musician until the later years of your life.
It doesn't matter, man. It's 60 you can start, man. Nadia Boulanger told me that. She said, you can become an attorney at 60 years old, man. You do whatever you feel like doing. If you're willing to put your mindset behind it, the passion, and the work.
Yes, it's never too late to learn, never too late to achieve your passion. And I preach that a lot on, social media, a lot of people feel like it's too late. I remember before, you know, I turned a certain age, I said, you know, I'm gonna stop at this age. And good thing I didn't stop, because a lot of, you know, success happened after that age. And I was like, you know, I'm thankful that I didn't stop. So yeah, you know, you're never too old to achieve things in life. So don't tell yourself that you're too old to achieve certain goals in your life.
Anything, anytime in life. 70 years old. I mean, I feel like I'm just starting, man. I really do.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
So yeah, I just wanted y'all to check that out. Check out that video, and check out Evan Carmichael. He got a lot of great stuff on his channel. You know, keys to success by celebrities. So again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. A lot of great stuff. You know, please subscribe to my channel, and thank y'all for, you know, getting me to 3,000 subscribers. And again, thanks for watching, and until next time, all right, peace.